What's good, family? Greetings. Blessing. Shalom, shalom. Okay. Just about have to open a window. I'm smoking it up in here with that beautiful, divinely cleansing, wonderful smoke. Let's see what the woo-wee. Let's see what the cards say today through the spirit. We give thanks for the ability to refine our vessels, the ability to tune in with divine revelation. And I love this because these are all cards that I don't feel like we've had necessarily lately. Maybe we have, but anyway, they all came out together, so we're gonna get right into this. How you doing? I'm good. Thanks for asking. Okay, so let me tune in with this a little bit and gather the message. What is the message for the collective that's here right now? Wow, it's crazy how like relevant all of these cards are together. Okay. Okay. So you're being invited. You're being invited to offer forgiveness to not only the other, but also to yourself, because it's a mirror in a way. Life is a mirror in a way, and therefore offering the forgiveness to the other while also acknowledging, because I think subconsciously sometimes we hold things against ourselves that aren't even our fault necessarily, but just the fact that it happened. We have a hard time like accepting that happened. Even things that happen to us, blaming the victim can be a really big issue externally. And then also who wants to call themselves the victim? Like, we're not the victim. So anyway, I think it's all get mucked up in there. But there's actually a really beautiful seed, soil, water spa. That's our co-channel, where you have you can go and experience meditative audio spa retreats, little short ones or longer ones, whatever you have time for. But there's one on there about forgiveness, making peace. Like, I make peace with it. And that was a really key phrase that came into my experience. Like, I make peace with it. It's like I'm forgiving myself for letting it happen or for walking into the wrong thing. I forgive the person for their clear whatever mess ups. Doesn't mean I'm changing my boundaries. It doesn't mean that it's okay that it happened. I'm just making peace with it. And like, like the end of a song and that beautiful resolve at the end of a song, and it's like, it's just like, okay, that's what it is. I'm just putting it to rest, like making peace with it, having forgiveness. And so you're being invited specifically by your divine team to do this, because when you can get this resolved within yourself, it will lead to open doors for you. As in, like, I really like the analogy about like a rock in a river. Like, your life is still flowing, but if you have this unforgiveness or this unresolved trauma or terror or tragedy, turmoil, whatever it is, one of those, it can be like a rock in a riverbed, and it's like you're gonna constantly have to be like going around it to get somewhere. And also in relationship, what I'm hearing is like that person's gonna always have to be going around it. So whether it's a business relationship or a future love relationship or family, whatever, it's like this thing is there and everybody has to walk around it. And, and you want to like, you want to transmute it with subconscious work. Okay. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then subscribe, stick around. Hey, by the way, yeah, I'm so stoked to see all of our new subscribers celebrating 500, whoop, whoop, and we're still growing quickly after that. Subscribe, stick around. Remember that subscribing is a way to sow your energy into this collective, and it allows, it's like an opt-in that allows the spirit to help connect us so that I can channel more appropriately, more accurately, and more on point for whatever the spirit wants to release, okay? So make sure to subscribe, save a video to the playlist, because you don't want to lose the channel. How many times have you had it happen where you like loved a channel and the algorithm was serving you, and then you didn't watch one video, and then they stopped serving you this channel, and you're like, you forgot about it until maybe a year later or something. So save a video, come check back every week. There will be at least one new video every week, okay? If not 3. And also, if you're interested in making sure that you stay connected, enroll for the weekly workshops, regardless of whether you can attend or if you know that your life permits, but you'll at least be on my email list then, and we'll stay in touch, okay? So, back to the message. We're doing forgiveness. We are doing subconscious making peace because we want to move that big boulder out of the way so that the pathway is open to whatever is coming for you. And, okay. And so what you went through was like a dark night of the soul. What you went through was a dark night of the soul. And like what you went through is like okay, so the thorn in your side is actually a reference to what Paul went through, it's interesting because then he had this very heavenly experience, this spiritual experience, and the thorn in his side was kind of it was like a way for him to know that like he's still on this earth plane and he's still on task for the mission at hand. That's one way that you can understand it. There might be other explanations for what the significance of the thorn in his side was for, but the way I perceived it, it had to do with, it's like he had this really spiritual experience and he was so divinely connected, and yet the thorn in his side was a way to almost like remind him like, yo, we're still in this thing. There's still work to be done. We're still on mission. And that's for the same thing for you. But what I want to also pass on is that what you went through, you can shift into a timeline where it's not emotionally so fresh or so heavy or so disruptive. So what you went through, it had to inform you. You had to learn that. You had to go through it to learn it, to inform you for the future and for the task ahead and for your divine identity to come forth. It was like some things you had to go through to learn. And also sometimes it's just like, sometimes it's like this is a war zone and we get caught in the middle of it. And fortunately, we got the Spirit of Life to heal us right out of that, you know? So there's that part. I'm reaching for the revelation in trying to figure out how to put it into words. Like, what you went through is going to feel like a former lifetime. It's going to feel like a past life, even though it was in this vessel still here now, right? And it's going to be it's going to inform your future. But it's going to be empty of the emotional turmoil that it had before. So like that's your portion. It's worth going through the work to do it, to like clear it, clear that energy. Yes, that's a thing. We all should do it. It's important. And then because what's ahead for you and what's intended for you is a safe haven with your divine team. This is what's for you, is a safe haven with your divine team where you're no longer going to go through those experiences of betrayal and of, especially betrayal by the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can kind of count on some betrayal from people that don't have any moral value or moral compass, 902. But now it's like, now you know the difference and you have that distinction, and it's going to indeed serve you for where you're going. Okay? So I hope this message I know this message will find whoever it is meant for. I manifest that I envision and see it reaching people who it's for. And it may not make sense right away, but it will indeed make sense in time. Okay? Be blessed, be well, be free.